But yeah, I'm gonna go with Miles Bridges because I think that he deserves to start, and I think he's a better starter.
You did it again.
What?
You called him Miles.
Fuck, dude! Dude, he looks like his name is Miles. I'm not gonna lie, so I hate it too. It's so confusing. I'm just gonna say.
I think we can agree this is. I think we can agree this is Mikal Bridges' fault.
Yeah,
not yours.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Stupid man.
Don't look like such a fucking Miles, man.
Idiots. But yeah.
Alright, this is going to be a short-ass video, so I'm not even going to bother with the intro, but the too long didn't read it of this is basically, y'all better appreciate this season, because the off-season is going to blow chunks. After yesterday's extension deadline, every fucking free agent, besides for like 3, signed back with their teams. The 2020 free agency class was going to suck anyways. If you had looked down the list, there's Anthony Davis, who is like almost guaranteed to re-sign with the Lakers. There's Andre Drummond, who has said that he is declining his player option. And then there's Jaylen Brown, Buddy Hield, Brandon Ingram, and Domantas Sabonis. But then, yesterday, Woj had the biggest day he's had since Kawhi and Paul George went to the Clippers. He announced, boom, Buddy Hield has signed. Boom! Another one bites the dust. Brown has signed for somehow way more money than Buddy Hield, even though Hield is a good bit better. I don't know what the fuck the Celtics are doing there. They also ruined my prediction and shit. Like, seriously. I even bragged about it on the community tab, saying that the video aged well after contract conflicts came up in reports, and then they just gave him all that money. And it completely aged that video terribly. So 1, let that be a lesson that you should be humble, kids. And 2, fuck you, Danny Ainge. Anyways, another one bites the dust with Domantas Sabonis, staying with the Pacers for about $19 million a year. So now, who do we have left? Fucking Brandon Ingram and Andre Drummond. Those are the top 2 free agents of the 2020 free agency pool. Let that sink in. Let's compare this to the free agent class of last summer. Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, Chris Middleton, D'Angelo Russell, Al Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis. That is 10 players that are all better than Andre Drummond. Then after that, there was Malcolm Brogdon, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Julius Randle. The next best players after Drummond and Ingram in the free agency class this year is Danilo Gallinari and Marc Gasol. Imagine a free agency where the 4th best player is a 45-year-old Marc Gasol. That is the reality we're going to live in 2020. Then in terms of the off-season overall, there's much more to it than just free agency. There is also the blockbuster trades. There were 4 stars traded this offseason. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Chris Paul, and Anthony Davis. The AD trade was expected, so that doesn't really affect hype for the offseason all that much, but the Russell Westbrook for CP3 deal kind of came out of nowhere. It was something that was speculated after the playoffs, but no one was saying, well, yeah, Russ for CP3, that's definitely going to happen. Paul George to the Clippers may have been the most out-of-nowhere trade in NBA history, which is funny because Paul George to the OKC Thunder for Victor Oladipo was also one of the most out-of-nowhere trades in NBA history. At least that time Paul George was on the trade block. But the 2020 offseason really doesn't have that kind of trade superstorm potential. I mean, as of right now, who are the guys that it seems like they're going to be traded? Bradley Beal, maybe Devin Booker, and then what? Maybe Karl Anthony Towns? I mean, there could be an out-of-nowhere move where, like, the Rockets just implode and James Harden demands a trade, but that's a stretch. But even then, there were 2, maybe 3 top 10 players traded this offseason, depending on how you feel about Russell Westbrook. So I seriously doubt anything close to that happens this offseason. Plus, with the hype and drafting of Zion Williamson, there's just so much more going on from this offseason. It was probably the greatest one ever. In comparison to what's set to happen, this could be the worst offseason ever. We're going to get the best and the worst offseason back to back. So, like I said, y'all better appreciate the regular season while it's here, because this offseason is going to suck. And from my point of view, this genuinely worries me as a YouTuber. Like, how the fuck am I going to get some views with Brandon Ingram signing with the Raptors being the only big move of the offseason? Or some shit like that. Shout out Mojo. So I'm saying it's official. This offseason is gonna be like getting diagnosed with a terminal disease, except for a YouTube channel. Like, this shit's dead 3 weeks after the 2020 finals. So the official tombstone of this channel is set. 2017 to 2020. It's been real. Oh, and if you were waiting for a point, there isn't one. I just needed to say this. I have nothing smart to say. This is just the reality. So, yeah, this sucks.